Is that $1,000? Is that $1,000? No. 1,000 units. Okay? Times what? What's fixed overhead per unit, Alex? $5. And you know what? Joe, can you do that math without looking at working a calculator?
Yeah.
What is it? $5,000. Thank you, sir. What's the difference? $5,000. Which one should be higher? Absorption or variable costing income statement format? Chris? Which one should be higher?
Should be higher?
Yes. Check out the table on the little box, the stuff that's in the box on the right side of the board. Absorption should be higher. Why?
Because it is.
So inventory changed by 1,000 units. Do you know how we got that?
By the fixed overhead?
No, it would be from the information in the problem.
Oh, the 6,000 minus the 5,000?
Yep, 6,000 minus the 5,000. And actually what you want to check out, let's look at this. Let's make sure you know how to do this, I guess. Which T account do I need to write on the board to capture those inventory numbers that are at the top of the problem? Evan?
What was that?
Which inventory account do I need to write on the board to capture those inventory numbers that are at the very top of the problem? The 5,000, the 6,000, the 1,000, and the 0.
Finished goods.
Finished goods it is. Okay? And it starts out 0, right? How many did we produce? Rebecca? 6,000. 6,000. JJ. What other number do I need on the board? Of? 1,000. And then what other number, Sarah? Sarah? What other number? 5,000. Does the sock fit the shoe? Okay, thank you. A few more heads are moving. Thank you, thank you. Matt? Okay. Did you move your head?
Yeah.
Okay. Before I asked you?
No.
That's really kind of what I meant. You hadn't moved your head before I asked you. Now, change in inventory is really asking you about this. What's going on here? There's change. Ending inventory minus beginning inventory. What happened?
You produced 1,000 more products.
Well, I produced, inventory increased by 1,000 units. Yeah. And that calculation is made helpful by the fact that beginning inventory was 0. Ekta, what's your question? No? You're good? Okay. Pardon? No?
No, it's just that we made more than we sold.
We made more than we sold. So which was greater? Which was greater, production or sales?
Oh, production.
Production was greater than sales. So if you look over there, when production is greater than sales, which income statement format would you expect to be higher? Absorption. Was it? Yes. By how much? $5,000. So, and really, we could have done this. We could have calculated income over here once we got this number calculated. I don't even have to give you all this information. You can take 10,000 plus 5,000 to get 15,000, and you can do it, and you know it needs to be plus rather than minus, because when production is greater than sales, absorption income needs to be higher, not lower than variable costing income statement format. So we didn't even have to do all this, right, Mr. Vogt? We didn't even have to do all this. We could have just calculated it straight up using that formula and then been done. But now, what we just did was we checked our work. So that gives us kind of a warm, fuzzy feeling time. Right? This is warm, fuzzy feeling time because we double-checked our work. I mean, that's kind of fun. Isn't it fun to do that on a test? Kind of calculate the right answer 2 different ways? Yes, sir.
When we're checking our work and variable income is higher, are we going to get a negative number then for the difference?
No, because change in inventory is really an absolute value.
Okay,
Because this is, mathematically, this is an absolute value, so it's just a
okay.
number. And so you have to conceptually attach, you have to attach meaning to it by also using it in coordination with this information. Okay, so this change, if it's an increase in inventory, then absorption needs to be higher. If this change is a decrease in inventory, then variable costing income will be higher.
Tell us like the total difference, and we'll have to
You have to attach it to those other, you kind of give it meaning by kind of knowing those other 2 things as well. Whoa, who raised their hand first? You can go first, it doesn't matter.
When you said that you could just give us the $10,000 and we wouldn't have to do this, I don't understand what we would have done then. Can you explain it again?
We would have taken this number we've got here, and then we would have filled out this. We would have said, what was the change in inventory? How much was 1,000? What was the fixed overhead per unit? $5. And then we would have calculated this, okay? And then we would have said, okay, which happened? Was this 1,000, was production greater than sales, or was sales greater than production? Very good. Production is greater than sales. So we're on this line. So we're on here. So which is higher, absorption or variable costing income statement format? Absorption. So if we're here, should the number here be bigger or smaller? Bingo. And then we would have calculated $50,000. Perfect. Was that helpful? That was awesome. Awesome question. And
I was just going to ask how often the sales are actually greater than production.
How does that happen?
Yeah.
ooh, that's a good question. How can sales be greater than production? The magic of inventory. Can you produce in a year more than you sell? So what happens the next year? So the next year, can you sell more than you produce? Yes, because you've got them left over from last year in inventory. Year, month, week. I mean, ultimately, right, you got to produce all of them, but you can produce them in advance, store them in inventory, and then sell them the next period, the next year, the next month, the next week, whenever that is, next day. You're packing up. Why? You want to leave? Those were some awesome questions, but do you get this? I think you do, because you were asking some very, very good questions. Well, what is today? Thursday, isn't it? Have a good weekend.